Have you ever had this happen? You wake up highly motivated. You look in the mirror and you literally tell yourself, today is the day I finally change my life. I'm gonna get things done. And then suddenly, it's midnight. You look up from your screen and you've spent the entire evening just scrolling. You just watched random videos you don't even remember, and the one thing that could have actually changed your future, you never even touched it. And what does that time actually look like? 6. Seriously, 6. That is the exact number of hours stolen from the average person on a bad day by mindless scrolling. I mean, think about that. 6 hours of your life gone into a digital void of random content. You don't remember it, it didn't improve you, and the worst part? You can never get it back. When that midnight regret hits, you're probably kicking yourself, right? You call yourself lazy. But listen to me, that is not laziness, that is distraction. People think they're stuck. They think they're just unlucky or they completely lack drive. But the truth is, they're just distracted. Distraction is slowly, methodically stealing your dreams without you even noticing. Mostly because these platforms are literally engineered by billionaires to keep you hooked. Section 1. A tale of two paths. So a few years ago, there were these two friends. Let's call them Jake and Ryan. They were exactly the same age, living in the exact same city, with the exact same opportunities sitting right in front of them. Both wanted success. Both proudly said they were on their grind. But their lives slowly went in completely, drastically different directions. Every single morning, Jake woke up and immediately grabbed his phone. Boom. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, messages, memes. He'd tell himself, oh, just 5 minutes. But we all know 5 minutes always becomes 50. He started every day flooding his brain with cheap dopamine. And then he just rushed through the rest of his day, feeling tired and already behind. Meanwhile, Ryan did something totally different. Now, he wasn't perfect, he wasn't some superhuman robot. He just protected his focus. Every morning, no phone for 1 hour. He worked out, he planned his day. He focused deeply on just one thing at a time.
Whenever work got hard for Jake, he just escaped into entertainment. Whenever he felt stressed, boom, he opened another app. It was this chaotic, fast-paced cycle of doom scrolling. And slowly, almost silently, his attention span got weaker and weaker. He couldn't focus on books anymore. He couldn't sit through a full, difficult task. He couldn't even watch a long educational explainer without checking his notifications 10 times. His brain's ability to hold focus was literally dying.
Now, honestly, at first, nothing changed between the two friends. And that is the most dangerous part about distraction. The damage is entirely invisible in the beginning. One distracted day doesn't ruin your life, but one distracted day becomes distracted weeks, and distracted weeks become distracted years, until one day you wake up looking around, completely paralyzed by this creeping existential dread, wondering, why is everybody else moving ahead except me? And that's exactly what happened to Jake. One night, they met up, and Jake saw Ryan pulling up in a brand new car. Ryan had started his own business, he looked healthier, he carried himself with way more confidence, he was just more focused. And Jake got visibly frustrated. He looked at his friend and actually asked, bro, how are you getting all this luck? Luck. Wow. That word hits hard because Ryan wasn't lucky, not even a little bit. He was focused. While Jake spent years trapped in consumption, consuming videos, consuming drama, consuming everyone else's opinions, Ryan spent those exact same years building. Most people are completely addicted to consuming, but successful people, they spend significantly more time creating and building than they do consuming. And here's the genuinely terrifying part about all this. Distraction feels harmless. Nobody feels guilty watching just one more video. Nobody notices the hours disappearing into thin air. But imagine this for a second. If a physical thief broke into your house and literally stole 5 hours of your life every single day, you would be absolutely furious. You'd call the police, you'd fight back. But when social media steals those exact same 5 hours, people call it relaxing. That's why so many dreams die quietly. Not because people aren't talented, not because they're dumb, but because their attention got utterly destroyed. Let those words sink in for a minute. Attention is power. You cannot build muscle without focus. You cannot build wealth without focus. You cannot build confidence without focus. Absolutely everything great in this world requires deep, unbroken attention.
But you see, modern life is actively training people to avoid focus. We are being bombarded with fast videos, fast dopamine, fast entertainment. Your brain is literally getting addicted to constant high-speed stimulation. And that is exactly why sitting down to study suddenly feels physically painful. That's why working on your long-term goals feels boring. Your brain has been systematically trained to expect an exciting spike of dopamine every few seconds. And real life just doesn't work like that. So this is the exact cycle most people never, ever escape. Step 1, you scroll. Step 2, you escape the hard work. Step 3, you delay your goals. Step 4, you regret it at midnight. And step 5, you repeat the whole destructive process the very next day. Every single day. But the people who actually win in life, they learn to break the cycle by mastering one incredibly rare skill: the ability to focus when nobody else can. That's it. It's not magic. It's not some secret, endless well of motivation. It is simply focus. Because in a distracted world, focus is no longer just a good habit, it becomes a literal superpower. Section 2, the 1-year transformation. I want you to truly visualize this. Seriously, close your eyes if you have to. Imagine exactly where your life could be exactly 1 year from today if you simply stopped wasting 3, 4, or 5 hours every single day. Just 1 year. If you aggressively reclaimed that stolen time, you could learn a highly paid skill, you could start that business you've been talking about for years, you could get into the absolute best physical shape of your life, you could read dozens of books, create your own content, and fundamentally improve yourself. One profoundly focused year can completely alter the trajectory of your entire life. But tragically, most people will never experience that incredible version of themselves because they quit too early, they get distracted way too easily, and they willingly trade their massive future for cheap, temporary entertainment. Please do not let that become your story. Section 3, the 7-day challenge. So, here is the challenge. I am issuing an intense direct call to action to you right now. For the next 7 days, you are going to protect your attention like your life depends on it, because honestly, it kind of does. Here are the exact tactical steps you need to break this addiction. 1, put the phone in another room when you are doing deep work. Out of sight, out of mind. 2, go into your settings right now and turn off every single useless notification. If it's not a direct message from a human being you actually care about, turn it off. 3, stop feeding your mind garbage all day. Reclaim your mental diet. And I want you to start asking yourself this one single, incredibly powerful question before you consume any piece of content. Memorize this. Is this helping me grow, or is it just distracting me? Stop and force yourself to answer that honestly. That single question, asked consistently, can change absolutely everything. Remember this absolutely crucial point. Winners are not always the smartest people in the room. They aren't even the most talented. They are just the people who are capable of staying focused the longest. That is the entire philosophy right there. If this explainer hit you hard, if you felt that gut punch of recognition, send it to someone who desperately needs to hear it today. And if you are seriously done being distracted, if you are finally ready to cultivate that superpower and become incredibly dangerous with your focus, subscribe right now. Reclaim your time, protect your attention, and start building your future.